you not have to grate it for your mom?
No. Mom kind of took what Grandma taught her, and I mostly helped with, boiling the noodles and greasing the pan, and a little more of the basic stuff.
Okay.
It wasn't until I became an adult that Mom kind of broke down the bigger steps for me.
Thank you, Ben.
And then I got to be part of the kitchen club.
Use your hand to rake it off in there. Don't have to take a long time. Tell me the macaroni story. How did you even start making macaroni with Mama?
Well, it was like, I love macaroni and cheese. Mm-hmm. So she was making it one day, and I said, can I watch? Mm-hmm. And she said, of course. So she said, after you boil your noodles, your pasta, you put in your butter.
Right.
And then after we saute this butter in here, mix it up really good with the pasta.
Right.
And then while it's good and hot, we're gonna add
some of your milk.
Yes, we're gonna.
All right.
And it's not no such thing as
too much cheese.
Too much cheese.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this: these big noodles. Did you ever have macaroni and cheese with big noodles like this?
Of course, and this is how she taught me.
Okay.
But
oh yeah, that's looking good. That's looking great. So would you like for me to spray our pan and get it ready?
If you don't mind.
Okay. I'm gonna help spray the pan. Like, I'm so anxious. I'm trying to cook it, trying to get it ready. It makes me think about Mom, so I'm excited about that. So was this a favorite for the kids too?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
all of us. Yes.
Okay.
Look forward to the mac and cheese.
I know that was one of her signatures. Like,
yes,
she made mac and.
How did she make it extra slimy?
So she let it cook with her beans and peas and all of that. So I want to tell you, I kind of cheated before you got in here. Okay. I have Grandma's hog jaws, so she loved those. So I put that in the crock pot this morning.
Okay.
Took that juice, and those beans are just like nestled all down in there. So they're good. They're like sucking it up. So that okra is gonna go in the pot with those, because that's how she made it extra slimy. She didn't just lay it on top.
Okay.
Like, she let it cook with that juice. You cool with that?
Cool with that.
But come on, let's put some okra in there. Okay. Get that in that pot. And while I'm gonna step away for just a minute to get me some thickening for this. You remember I used to make this for clients? They ask for it, and I mean, it seasons poultry, fish, beef, pork, and it's so good on vegetables. It just wakes it up. So it's a blend of all of your basics: salt, pepper, garlic, and then I do a twist. So I put an oregano twist in it. If I want to make it Cajun, I put some cayenne pepper in it. If I want to make it more Italian, then I do some basil in it. So there's different levels and different kinds to Vee's Vicious Rub. Now, my friend Cheryl gave it that name.
Oh, okay, Miss Cheryl.
Yeah, because she was like, I need more seasoning, V. Help me with the seasonings. I was like, I use the same thing. So that's it. And this is the smell. I've got some in the jar that's ready to go out to a client. And then I have my cheat stash that I take everywhere with me. Okay. So this is my cheat stash. So I'm putting it on top of our vegetables. So I'm super excited about it. So I'm gonna move your okra to the front.
I think the best part about Grandma's cooking and yours was, I never really knew what was going into it, what all was going into it, the prep behind it.
Right.
It always came out so good.
Well,
every single time.
That was her love language. So Grandma loved to cook, and she loved to give you your favorites. So Aunt Jan was talking about Mom showing her the macaroni and cheese, because that was her love language. She loved when people were, oh, how great is that? How do I make that? So I think today, being in here, first of all, we're remembering her.
You're right.
That's one. The number two, we're gonna have some great food when we finished. And number three, we can just go down memory lane and we can talk about who Grandma was, what she did for us. Of course, we got Corey's sticky rice, because he loved her stew beef and rice. And her rice was, and we say sticky rice, And what I mean by that, it's not the long grain. So it was together. It was that thick stuff that gravy clung to, you know, and that made it special. So I'm super excited about it. And we're going to get this started. I'm so excited y'all are here with me today. This is great. Like, we cooking. I can smell it. Smells so good in here. Almost smells like holiday time, doesn't it? It's not. And when I think back, so I've got Vinay here. Vinay is my daughter, and
your taste tester.
You be my taste tester.
Diapers.
Yes, and you love food.
Yes.
We love good food. We have that in common. And I got my favorite niece, Vanice. And Vanice and I, our names sound alike, and
Yep, we're twins.
we got the same tubes going on,
Same attitude,
energy.
Same energy.
We love hair, we love clothes.
Yes.
We have that in common. And of course, I have my sister-in-law, my amazing sister-in-law, Janice, here, who has known me since I was 10.
Yes.
It's a long time, Janice. Might as well say my whole life. Because 10, I didn't even know who I was. So 10, yeah. So I'm excited about you being here.
Yeah.
I'm excited about y'all sitting down with me and us just reminiscing. And so when I start thinking about it, y'all spent a lot of time up in the country. What was some of your favorite holiday meals? Some of your favorite holiday things? What do y'all remember? Especially the girls. What do y'all remember?
I think for me, I loved Grandma's oxtails and rice. But during the holidays, especially the cold months, I loved her vegetable stew.
Oh.
Extra
Yeah, you did fish for her meat. Yeah.
meat. Always took all the meat out.
All
of
the
the
meat,
pot.
all of
So
it.
don't go after me.
I think my favorite meal was during the colder months as well, and I loved Grandma's chili.
Oh, I
She
forgot
got-
about the
It
chili.
was always just the perfect
I forgot
amount
about the chili.
of all her
Wow.
favorites, and she would
Really?
get a pack of saltines,
Right.
and we'd put some cheese in there,
Right.
and she hooked it up, and it was always great.
So she did the saltines.
She did.
Oh.
She loved her little crackers on the side. She got me hooked
Wow.
at an early age.
All right, Grandma. So you got us hooked on chili. So
Right.
She did make chili with the big beans.
Oh
in it.
yeah, the big
Plenty of
kidney
beans,
beans,
plenty
yes,
of meat.
and chunks of meat. Yep,
Yeah,
loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So Jan, what was some of your favorites?
Well, in particular, I remember I enjoyed coming close. If it wasn't Thanksgiving, it was close to Thanksgiving. And she just, the turkey, the dressing. And
Oh, the
I'm
real
not
meal.
a dressing person, but her dressing is the only one I will really eat.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not a dressing person.
Right. Well, she's known for her dressing now,
Yes.
because you didn't really need gravy with her dressing. It was so
Right.
moist
Yes.
and so delicious. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. For me, the holidays was her baking. Like, she could make cakes. She never measured anything out. I just don't understand, because baking is a science. But Mom had, so my favorite cake, I want to say, probably the coconut. Her coconut cake
Delicious.
was it was top notch.
Yeah.
I know Brienne likes coconut cake, but what was your favorite, Vinay?
I think it just had to be the pound cake, her classic pound cake.
Oh yeah, with the heavy whipping cream.
Yeah.
The crusty top,
Crusty top,
brown.
always moist in the
Oh
middle.
yeah.
That was my favorite.
I think that was Big Daddy's favorite too. Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't slice them. He would like just break off pieces.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I love her pineapple cake and that glaze, and on the outside
That
was
touch
just
of
a
lemon in it.
it
Oh,
was perfection.
Yeah,
It really was. It was always moist, like you said, on the inside, and it never got like soggy or anything. Like, it was just a perfect cake. It was almost like a store cake, like just on display.
Oh, love it.
Just always perfect.
Yeah.
Always perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Delicious.
Jan, you got a favorite cake or?
Well, my favorite was the coconut cake. I really, honestly, the way she made it, it wasn't like 1 or 2 layers. It
Oh,
was like,
yes.
it was
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 layers.
That's some of my
Yes.
favorite memories of going in the kitchen and being able to choose whatever slice. Like
Oh, yeah.
on
Right.
holiday time, I could get 2 or 3 slices
Yeah,
of different cakes.
Yes.
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 And the moisture of it, and her having it in that little display glass
Oh,
case
yes.
up there, you just go cut your.
It's just perfect.
So her love language was definitely food.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. We've had some real mishaps in the kitchen. Like we've had smoke alarms go off.
Oh no.
Stuff cooking over. Trying to really speed it up and get
Yeah.
everything going. I never forget. We were in the old house, not in the new house, the farmhouse that I stay in now, and it just got a grease fire because we had those old eyes that didn't have the covered glass top element, so you had
Right.
the actual eye. And some kind of way, because Mom fried chicken every day. Every day, chicken was a part of our meal. I got grease down in it, and I started cooking something, and the grease came up. And you never put water on a fire.
Right.
But of course, that's what I tried doing. And so I learned the hard way that that's not what you do. But Mom was known as the fastest cook in Colquitt County because she could put something together. I mean, I remember times Dad drove up with unannounced guests, and she was able to make these amazing meals. So people ask me all the time, "Hey, you're a chef. Where'd you get all this from?" I think my love of cooking and food comes from my mom, and her mother was such a tremendous cook. So my granny was an amazing cook, and I think sometimes that's what bonds us together. Those are the things that bring us. And so, like today, I'm excited because we're here, and we have the dynamics of mother and daughter. We have aunt and aunties and nieces and going on, but we have the generational connector. So as I told you, Jan met me, I'm 10, so she's a teenager, 18, 19. So there's a 10-year, I love the way it's a 10-year, it's a decade between us because Venice is coming in, and then there's 9 or 10 years between you and Venice. So we've got that decade dynamic. And we look at things differently, but we all have the same common love and attention to things, but we just see it a little differently.
Yeah.
And I was telling Vinay a few weeks ago that she's the exact same age I was when my mom was this age, so in college. So sometimes I feel like I'm having out-of-body experiences because, Grandma was my age and I was your age. So those 20s, those teens, just remembering that. I know we had a lot of lessons and a lot of memories, so I really... Jan, let's talk about, because Mom was like she filled a bucket for you. You lost your mom at an early age, and she was able to kind of fill that bucket.
Yes. Yes, I was blessed, truly blessed. And a lot of people, they say, I have a mother in love, but I don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
I mean it. I had the best mother in love that anyone can ask for.
Yeah.
And I had like 3 other sisters, and whatever she taught me, I passed it down to them.
Wow.
And they were able to learn and do more as far as cooking is concerned, cleaning.
Right.
It's not just the cooking. She taught me just about everything, all the avenues of life.
Right.
And I am so appreciative of that. And so many things that I didn't know, because I was young, the marriage, having babies, she was just everything. I can't even think of one thing or one issue that she did not cover.
Well, she adored you because, first of all, you were one of the sweetest people I've ever met. So you came into a family of people who were, our love language was rough, right? And you were just so kind and loving and sweet, and always smile. I always love your smile, because everything, you found the humor and the laughter, and you know, so she adored you. And we did too. And Mama never looked at you as a daughter-in-law.
Right.
Like you were her other child. Like Janice, when we did the plaque from her children, your name was on there. It was Janice and Paul, Randy and Rosa, you know, Vanessa and Michael. So you were never an in-law or an in-love. You were just a part of the family.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been knowing you since I've been knowing myself. And so it's so easy and common, and it's such a comfort place. And I remember you with my mom. So I remember her imparting the same things that she imparted in me. So she made no difference.
I always used to forget that she had another daughter, honestly.
Right.
Because she treated me just like, you know, she birthed me, like from day one. Even when I was having my children, my daughter had some type of infection or allergy on her face, and nothing would help. She got the slap back with the fat back meat, and I'm like, well, what is that? I'm not from the country. And she said, whatever you do, just don't share it with your husband. And I did what she said, didn't share. But the next day, the allergy, the face, all of that cleared up.
Wow.
But I mean, so many things I could think of.
Right.
And, you know, she was right there on point.
Yeah. She loved imparting wisdom. So Vanice and Vinay, those skin, and they were sensitive in their issues. But my brother Paul, your husband, he had that. He had all of those sensitive areas and his hairline and all of that stuff. And so she had doctored on him as a kid. So she knew exactly what to do for them, because they had such sensitive skin.
Right.
And I'm just glad that you got that part. So for showing you, so she's really keeping the legacy alive by showing you, now that you have kids, Vanice.
Yes,
talk about that.
absolutely. As a mom now, there's so many things that, yes, my mom passed on to me that she learned from grandma, but it was also things that I watched grandma do as a wife, as a grandmother even.
Right.
She's coming home from work, cooking lunch and making sure dinner's ready in time, and every morning for breakfast, and making sure she was also tidying up throughout the day. And she just managed time. She managed her household very well. And it taught me a lot about being a mom and a wife, and showing my daughters, I have 2 daughters, how to be young ladies and how to grow into being young women eventually.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I take that with me everywhere I go. And you know, a lot of people, I say little things every now and then, and it definitely sounds like my grandmother. And I'll be like, wow, I sound like grandma today. I'm fussing and telling people to do this and do that, and I said, oh, I sound like Eve Hayes today, don't I, Miss Hayes? So then I'm like, okay, but I take and my baby, my youngest, looks just like her, so I call her Little Eve sometimes. But I will take it with me forever, and I'll be able to pass down those same principles and standards that she kept in the kitchen, in her house. She didn't play any games, and
she's the same all the time.
Exactly, and being able to impart that into my kids will be great.
And that's legacy.
Absolutely,
that's legacy. Family is legacy, and that's how you build legacy. When you continue, legacy is what people say when you're not in the room.
Right.
It's the impact that you create that's continuous.
Yes.
So you don't have to touch it. I think about the saying that I've heard: when you plant the tree, you're not planting it for you. You're planting it for your children's children.
Yes.
And I think that's what they did. They planted these seeds of love and legacy and caring and intention in us. And that passes on. So I'm super excited to hear those things, because as my mother, you know, I know that and I feel that, but to know that she's touched other lives like that. So I think Vinay is the end of the book, because she brought up that ending. She spent the most intimate time with grandma.
Yes.
So I know you have experiences.
Everything from, you know, spending the night at her house when you were out of town, to grandma coming and picking me up every morning for school, from middle school through high school until I got my driver's license. I spent much of that time with her. And over the year, I think it's different for even Vanice and me because I think over the years I watched Grandma change. Before, when I was younger, it was never, too many I love yous thrown in there. But as I got older, even the voicemails that I have from her, it's, I love you, Brian. I just wanted to hear your voice. Or, I love you. Please call me when you get this message.
Yeah.
And, I really watched that change as she got older, as I got older. And when I look back at that, I really value that.
Yeah, I love the voicemails because she timestamps them.
Oh, it's 3:37.
Right.
I just wanted to give you a call.
Right.
985-3247.
Get the number right.
We don't know the number.
She would leave the number, the time, stamp, who's calling. It's
This
grandma
is your grandma.
calling. And sometimes what really got me is she would mix up my name and your name.
Yeah, she's like
So
Vanessa.
she was like, "Hi, Vanessa. This is grandma calling." So I just loved it, and I still have those voicemails to this day, and I just play them whenever I want to be close to her. And like you said, I had the most intimate time with her, and I play those just to feel close to her again. I
just think as mothers, Janice and I can speak to that. We pull from that pool of what we were taught.
Right.
And as mothers, you do your best, and you don't always, you miss it sometimes. You don't always hit it, and then we can hear ourselves like, you parent differently when you have adult children.
Yeah.
So I had to understand that my calling was not motherhood, but it was such a blessing. You were such a blessing in my life because it gave me firewalls. I had somebody watching. I had someone in my area that was counting on me and looking up to me, and I was leading them and all of that. And I know Janice feels the same way. When you got somebody following so closely behind you, you want to get it right. And so as a mother, my mom championed being a mother, and she loved it. Now, she would tell people she enjoyed every minute I was there. I don't think she enjoyed every minute, but she said she enjoyed every minute. And I just feel like I pay homage to her. It's a nod to her. Like today, for us to come together and cook and laugh and have the smells that we had in her house, and those smells. And I'm telling you, legacy is everything. And I'm so excited that we get to do this and have this sit down conversation, because it's been too long. We waited too long, and I'm excited about it.
And I think through doing this and even cooking, I think it just keeps her memory alive.
Yeah.
She right now she's here with us.
Yes.
She's in the kitchen with me when I'm trying to think of her recipes. She's in the kitchen with you as you're catering. She's in the kitchen with y'all during holidays. So I think even cooking and getting together and gathering, it just continues to keep her memory alive.
Yeah.
She was so entertained by you girls. Like, she was so entertained. Like, Vanice was just her tickle. Like, the dialogue between Vanice and Big Daddy was just priceless. And Mom was just tickled by it. So Vanice was the second experiment. Rosalind was the first, but Rosalind was not happy about people, so she didn't have a lot to say, but Vanice was the chatterbox. So and she was such a happy baby that Big Daddy nicknamed her Happy Go Lucky. Because she was always smiling and always telling and giving you instructions and what was supposed to go down and how it was supposed to go down. So I'm excited that we get to do this today. Thank y'all so much for cooking with me and being here with me, and just helping me run down memory lane a little bit. We're gonna get some food. I think it's time to get some food.
Let's eat.
Right.
Well, we were talking earlier about how she would cook for us and different things that we like, but I can recall when she sent a pecan pie. She sent 2 pecan pies to Florida, and she said, make sure you get one to your dad. And I said, okay, no problem. Now, this is my first time having her pecan pie. So, I took the pecan pies home, to my home, and the pecan pie was so good, my dad never saw his. So I called her back and I said, I'm so sorry, but it was so good. And I said, he never saw it. Well, Jan, you ate both? I said, yes, ma'am, I did. It was so good. So from that day on, she called him and she said, I'm sending a pecan pie for you. And I'm sending it by Jan, so make sure you get it now. And when she called him to tell him that every time I go over to visit my dad, did she send a pecan pie? She did say she was going to send. Dad, I haven't been up there. So when I do go up there, I will make sure you get your pecan pie. And then he finally got one. And he was just like me. That was the best pecan pie we ever had. So from that point on, he was expecting his pecan pie every time.
They were delicious.
It's so funny because one thing about Grandma, she cooked for everybody, but one thing she didn't play about, you're not gonna mess up her food. You're gonna clean that plate, and you better have a happy plate. Remember, me and Corey would have to, whatever you put on that plate, you better eat it.
Wow.
Every drop to the crumb. And then she gonna ask you, well, did you get enough? Did you want to get some more? Clean that plate good, because she didn't mess with the food. Now you're not going to play over it.
I think that's why I'm an overeater.
Me too.
You have to eat everything.
Yes,
eat it
ma'am.
all.
Yes, ma'am. She didn't play about that. Better make a happy face.
This macaroni and cheese is fire.
Yes.
It's
It is
delicious.
so good.
The little noodles with the cheese squeezing out of the noodle. That's delicious.
Yep. Just the perfect amount of cheese.
But you taught me something today. You said you only cook it for a minute.
Yeah, I don't cook it long, boil it, the pasta, no.
Didn't know
Because
that.
it cooks. I mean, it bakes in the oven.
It does.
It cooks, and that's when sometimes you get like soggy or,
Mushed together, or it's
Right.
not defined. Yep. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that.
Well, speaking of mushed together, the okra came out perfect.
Oh, good.
You had some? I didn't know you didn't like it.
Especially from the bottom of the
Yes.
pot.
From the bottom.
It was extra slimy.
Okay.
Grandma used to make it, definitely. I know, she would make sure that we cleaned our plates. And if we didn't,
It was
it would be a
trouble.
problem.
Yes, ma'am.
But I think that that just shows that she just wanted us all to be, well fed,
Yes.
cared for.
Yes.
Even asking, did you get enough? She just really loved us, and she showed that through her food.
Oh, yes.
That was her love language.
Yeah. We saw her.
And she
heart.
knew your favorites. Like, and then she gets that from her mom, because my granny made you feel, she had the ability to make you feel like you were the only grandchild that she had.
Absolutely.
Granny would make my favorite cake that my granny made was the lemon cheesecake.
Oh, wow.
And it was so good. Not like a traditional cheesecake. It was about 8 or 10 layers of nothing but goodness with a cooked icing that used lemon rinds and sugar. And a little flavor. And she would pour it on top, dip it. You would have to keep pouring it and dipping it to make the cake, make the icing stick. So, excuse me, it was a cooked icing. And it was an art to drizzle it over. And she had it in between each layer. And I don't know why we call it lemon cheese, because there was no cheese anywhere near it. But it was delicious. And until Grandma stopped baking, she tried to perfect it. And I tell her it was good, but it wasn't Granny's. And so that's how I feel now cooking some of her stuff. It's good, but it's not hers. And so this stew beef is doggone close. Because it's tender, but it's firm. Like she never had mushy, cooked apart meat that was, so she had texture.
Right.
And so I'm super excited about us getting to share this meal that we made and we cooked. My dad loved food. I mean, he loved food. Like, his highlight of his day was food. And she loved making that for him. And I always tell people, that's what love looks like for me. Putting it on a plate, presenting it to you, and watching you enjoy it. That's what love looks like. The scents, the smells, her standing at the stove. She never had the TV in the kitchen. She never needed a distraction. She was so satisfied in preparing food. And I think that's how we keep her legacy alive. I know, Benet, you have started cooking on your own.
Yes.
And I think you grasped her soup, did you say?
Oh, absolutely, I did. I remember several times I tried to perfect it and get it to where Grandma's was. But I think there were a bunch of fails, especially I didn't know you had to sear off the meat first before you put it in the pot. So it was very chewy, very tough when I finally took a bite. Second time, I didn't put the vegetables, the mixed vegetables in there, or the noodles. I think I missed the noodles. So I was just eating a bunch of meat, tomatoes, and vegetables. There wasn't any starch. There wasn't any potatoes or noodles. But then finally, I think it was the fourth or fifth time, I finally got all the ingredients that Grandma used to use. You know, I, of course, incorporated you into that, and I asked you what she used to do. Because my memory was, I was never in the kitchen with Grandma.
Right.
She was cooking.
Right.
I didn't see a whole lot of the stuff being prepared. All I know was I was there when it was done.
Right.
I was there when it was ready.
When the magic
With my
happened.
plates. Okay. So I think that's where the fails came in. But once I perfected it, it tasted very similar to Grandma's. And it was great. It was like she was in the kitchen smiling at me. Like, you got it. You got it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say this mac and cheese is close.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to just say it.
Absolutely.
I think it's
The
the big noodles.
Yeah.
I think it's the amount of cheese that's in it. And I believe the cooking time.
Yeah.
So I never heard her say just cook it a minute. But her macaroni and cheese was never smushy.
Right.
Mushy
Right.
or never.
It was perfect.
So apparently that's what she was doing. And she put lots of butter. Like she used a whole stick of butter. And so, the butter is the key? Is that? It really is? So I have to remember that. Maybe one day we'll do some recipes, our take on that, and put something together just for her.
Yeah.
And share her recipes out with the world.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people taste Chef Vee. You know, they're like, oh, Chef Vee, oh, Chef Vee. They don't understand. Before I was Chef Vee, I was just Vanessa. And it was wash the dishes. She said, you want to be a good cook, you learn how to clean up first. And that was her theory. And so I'd be in the kitchen, not watching her necessarily, but being her sous chef, cooking, prepping, getting stuff ready for her. And those days are priceless. Her cooking for Wells Aluminum, taking plates, loading up the big Buick, having a choice of meats. And if you wanted an extra meat, that she'd have extra, a big TRA on it, and people would pay an extra like $3 or $4 for a piece of chicken to go with the cube steak. So, I mean, mom was a genius. She was an entrepreneur before it was a tagline.
Right.
Because she was hustling. I mean, Rick Ross ain't having that every day. I'm hustling. I mean, she was hustling.
Right.
By having us down there in Eve's Lunchbox. So before food trucks were a thing, hey, Grandma had a food truck, but it didn't move. It was a little trailer food truck that the window slid up, and it had the food on the side, the list of what you could get, the chicken sandwiches. Uncle Mike was back there searing off hamburgers, doing the hot dogs. I was calling out the orders for him, taking the money. I mean, and she would make the cube steak or fry the chicken or whatever the main entrees were, and we would make the sandwiches. And so we would sell until we sold out. That's how we knew it was time to go home. That's how we closed the window down. It was one way in, one way out. And she would lock us in. And I know now everybody would just be clutching their pearls, because the lock was on the outside. She'd lock us in. We have nowhere to go because we had a restroom in there. And I'm glad that I got to see that up close. Mm-hmm. Both of my parents were hard workers. They hustled all the time. They took pride in what they get, the good gift. Mm-hmm. Like, so you never seen them giving you just what they had. They gave out of their lack.
Right.
And so this was a good gift. Mm-hmm. They gave their good food. They never talked about the cost of food or how much they had to fix. I mean, there was no taking up money or giving. I think about that. How in the world did they feed 200 people?
Right.
It was a 5 loaves situation.
It was. It was a miracle situation.
Yeah.
But I just want to say thank y'all for being here with me today. I appreciate us being together. Mm-hmm. Like, this is family is everything.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't get it. This fills my cup. And so I'm super excited about us cooking again. So y'all gonna come back and cook with me again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
No,
I'll be back to eat again.
Me too. I will be back with you with my plate in hand.
As long as Janice is on the 1s and 2s with the mac and cheese.
Yes.
I got it. I appreciate y'all so much, and just blessings to all of you. And I know in the Bible there's a scripture where it says that He'll bless those who bless me, and curse those who curse me. So He is truly going to bless you all for blessing me with your time, with your treasure of knowledge, and us getting to just talk and walk down memory lane about Mom. So blessings to y'all, and thank you.
Thank you for having us.